Hello, it's Erica, and I'm back. We are going to start doing pick a pile instead of zodiac signs. I feel like zodiac signs is just too broad, and we're going to go off of intuition. So every time you come to these videos, connect to your intuition, your higher self, whatever it is, the universe source. Let them, guide you to which one is for you, and then go into the video. If you feel like it doesn't resonate, maybe choose another one. If not, then, wait till another video comes out. I'm going to also start doing like teaching on this channel, stuff that I've been learning for years. Also things just as like overcoming anxiety, overcoming depression, healing trauma, shadow work, also weird stuff like astral projection, star seeds, aliens, Sasquatch, fringe stuff like that, Denisovans, which is like the giants, Nephilim from the Bible. We're just gonna start, diving into a lot of stuff. I decided I don't want this to be just solely a YouTube channel where I just do tarot. Like, I want you guys to really get stuff out of what I'm talking about and to help people that are beginning in their awakening to get somewhere. I feel like people that just watch tarot just to find out what's going to happen tomorrow. That's fine. I used to do it, but at some point you need to start working on yourself, and tarot should be feeding your soul, not your ego. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and start. We have the quartz right here, the rose quartz, and the jasper. Okay, so take a second, big breath in, release, and go with your first instinct. Okay? All right, pile number one, you chose the quartz crystal. We're going to put it over here during the reading. All right, let's look at the first card. The first card is Luminous Warrior, number 32, which equals to a 5. So you can be going through a lot of change right now, or you're about to be going through a lot of change. And I feel like it's going to, okay, so you're balancing your chakras, you're opening your third eye. You might not even purposely be getting like messages and downloads, but I feel like over from now to the next full moon, you're going to be getting a lot of downloads. You're going to be getting a lot of information. You're going to have like psychic things happen. You're going to see things that happen before it happens, or hear things like almost low-key telepathy, hear what people are thinking and whatnot. But I feel like you're going to start getting into a place where you're working with lunar cycles more as well. I hear that some people are going to be doing like ancestral work, finding out like where you really came from, but also like honoring your ancestors and your past lives even. All right. So I feel like all of this change is happening in order to connect with your higher self and bring balance to the things in your life that you want balance for. All right. Let me see. I'll get some cards, regular tarot cards, to clarify. Give me 3 cards. Give me 3 cards to clarify Luminous Warrior. Okay, one jumped out. All right. We have the 4 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Temperance. And 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is, so with the 4 of Swords in the reverse, you're coming out of a time of reflection. You're coming out of a time of like staying to yourself, maybe even kind of hermit mode, healing mode. You have done the work, even though you might feel like, I still got to do this, I still got to do that. Like, more and you're farther along than you really think you are. So now is the time to start applying what you've learned. You have Temperance here, which is all about balance. And a lot of it is bringing that higher knowledge into your practical life and applying that higher knowledge into integrating it into your life. And it's funny because also, so here we are. So that's not going to focus, is it? You have the angel where it has right here, like the little doctor thing on the head. But then look here. So does he. He has almost the same thing right here. It's like a planet or something. Yeah, it's the moon. So again, you're opening your third eye more. You're opening your crown chakra more. You're also integrating, I feel like, your solar plexus, your sense of self into your spiritual work. You know, I feel like you've had to work on your boundaries and who you really are. You might have had a wavering like sense of self-esteem your whole life. And that's something you've been really working on. Who are you? You know, what is your place in the world? Cultivating your core sense of security, really. You know, knowing that you are who you are and you're fine who you are and you are awesome in who you are. And that no matter what, you got your own back and that's all you need in the world. You know? So with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like you're going to be giving up some relationships or friendships or even acquaintances. You might be quitting a job that you feel like is no longer serving you. I feel like you're going to get out of, in a way, almost like serving other people, but like serving other people where it takes away from you. Like you might be a healer, you might be guided to, well, definitely, you probably are some kind of healer. But you're going to be guided to serving people where it serves you. Okay, you're going to start serving people where it brings you money in abundance. You're going to start serving people where they genuinely want to be helped. Therefore, it raises your vibration as well, right? You're not going to deal with parasites anymore, is basically what I'm hearing. You're not going to be dealing with low vibing people. You're not going to be dealing with psychic vampires. All that is being cut away. And you've had to cut it away because of trauma and by things that you were going on in your past and you just couldn't take it anymore. So you're on the right path. You're definitely on the right path. You're doing the work. Good job. So here is a healing card, what you need to heal on. Alchemy. So really, you don't need to per se work on healing anything specific because you are now alchemizing the things about you that were out of balance before. We have 25 right here, so it's another 2 of balance. So you're changing now things inside you to be focused more on balance. Okay, you're completing your work. It's like you're graduating to the next level within yourself. Okay, you're learning to transmute negative energy into positive energy, and you're also learning where to stop giving your energy. That's a very important one. Give me 2 cards for alchemy. Give me 2 cards for alchemy. Oh, we have the Devil and the 4 of Pentacles, which you have a 4 over here too. 4 is about stability, but also to me, it's about your angels, you know, your guides being around you, protecting you. So that's what you're alchemizing. You're alchemizing this negative, low vibe energy. It could have been addictions. It could have been sexual addiction. It could have been, you know, drug addiction. It could have been codependency, toxic relationships, anything that kept you bound. Even if you were doing it to yourself, you are alchemizing. You're learning to alchemize. You're learning to become the warrior. You're becoming the light warrior. You're a light worker, more than likely. And you're learning to right now, so changing that negative energy into something positive that you can have and to hold and that is good for you. You know, I feel like you are on the beginning stages of really, again, finding who you are, your power, feeling safe and secure in life and in yourself. You're trying to move out of survival mode and move into, you know, just enjoying life mode. And I feel like there's a little bit more work to go, like especially with your heart, that there are some blockages there. But I feel like that work will come later. You know, in you transmitting this energy and working on yourself and doing, your shadow work and bringing in your higher knowledge, it will help you, give you a strategy to work on your heart chakra. All right. So then the last card we have is claircognizance. All right. So claircognizance is, well, it says Archangel Uriel, which that's my angel. Archangel Uriel, pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Now, this is very important, and this is something that I had to learn myself. When an idea pops in your head, chase after it. Follow the rabbit hole. Okay, for instance, I have PCOS, and anybody that knows PCOS, it messes your hormones, it messes with your weight, all this stuff. And for years, I've been working out hardcore, trying to eat right, and nothing works. So I had the idea like a year and a half ago to start doing Tai Chi, but I never followed through. I literally wrote it down on my board, didn't follow through. So then about a month ago, I started looking into, like, I became vegan and all this stuff. And I'm like, cool, still haven't lost any weight, but I feel better, So I looked into blood type diet, which is really popular in Asia. Turns out that any stress for type AB blood is bad. So intense exercising will actually make you gain weight. Also, I always thought that, high protein diets are bad for me because I felt like it wasn't doing what it was supposed to. Turns out my body doesn't make a digestive enzyme or it has very low of it that breaks down protein. What I'm trying to say is then also it said that, Tai Chi is good for my body type. So the crazy thing is that I've been working my ass off trying to force, my body into losing weight. But a year and a half ago, I got the answer. Tai Chi, chill the fuck out. Apparently, with PCOS, you need to chill the fuck out. The more stress, the more you'll gain weight. It doesn't matter what you eat, what you do, how much you exercise. If you go for 6-mile runs every day, like, especially with the blood type, it's not going to work. So since then, anytime Spirit just gives me a random idea about something, I just dig into it immediately. Because Spirit knows what your body needs, your mind needs, your spirit needs, everything. But you have to be the one to jump on the idea. Because Uriel, your angels, Uriel, or even whoever you work with is giving you the answers. Okay, you just got to pay attention to it. All right, Pawan, that is your message. I hope it resonates, and love and light to you. See you next time. Hello, pile 2. All right, y'all chose the rose quartz, so I'll put it over here for the reading. All right, so the first card we're going to look at is where you are in your spiritual journey, okay? So we have the curse. Well, Jesus Christ. So it's number 14, which equals 5. So there's a lot of changes going on in your life, and I feel like it has to do with the foundations of yourself. You could feel like you've been cursed your whole life, or there could be a generational curse that's been lingering in your family line, in your bloodline. And it's like a pattern you've seen with your parents. Could be your you see it, pattern just keep going on in your family. And I feel like with the curse, it's telling you, like, you are meant to break this curse. You are meant to either break this generational curse, or you're meant to break this seeming curse that you've had in your life, right? So let me get some more information. Give me 3 cards clarifying the curse. Give me 3 cards clarifying the curse. We have 9 of Cups, the Empress in reverse, and the 10 of Swords in reverse. So there's a lot of yellow in these cards. So that's leading me to believe that, happiness has been your own self happiness has been a focus, but it seems like you try, but you can't get there. Like something always messes it up. Something always gets in the way. Something like you have been conditioned to not get your hopes up because every time you do, it falls through. But you're really working on your personal happiness and your own desires, but you don't know how to. It's like once you start integrating people into your personal wants and desires, that's when it gets like, it's almost like a monkey's paw. It doesn't come out the way that you hope it to be. I feel like if you are a woman, you might have not even a lot of, you might have some kind of feminine problem. It could be PCOS, it could be infertility, it could be heavy periods, anything that, is a female related endometriosis, something that is specific to women, right? And it makes you feel like less of a woman, and you have a hard time connecting to the feminine side of yourself, and you have a hard time connecting to the abundant side of yourself. It's like, again, when you're alone, it's easier, but when you like try to be integrated in society, you just don't feel like yourself, and you feel like almost like an outcast, like you're cursed, you have leprosy or something. But I feel like what's happening is the worst is over, I feel like, honestly. So people read this card different, the Ten of Swords, differently. They say like this is the worst is over because it's upright and this way is negative. But the way I see it is when it's facing down, this is better because the swords are falling out of the person's back. And so you've been through a lot of shit. You've been through a lot of shit in your life. And I'm hearing that it's through your mother's side that you've inherited this, or that you have had a lot of problems with your mom that has caused a lot of this hurt and pain. But I feel like the worst is over. And now is the time to heal. Now is the time to work on stuff. Now is the time to integrate your higher self into this healing. And I feel like that is the answer to your feminine problems, your body problems. It could be that you have a hard time losing weight, or you have a hard time being like, your moods are unstable. Could be, some kind of imbalance within yourself. And I feel like, again, the root of this problem is how you view the feminine. And it could be rooted in, like I said, your bloodline or problems with your mother. But what I'm seeing is that Spirit really wants to take you on a journey to heal this. And when you heal that core emotional wound, that's going to free you from what you feel like has been a curse on your life. All right? So let's go with the card of what there is to heal, or what is working for you spiritually. Look at that, family and tribe. So, that just goes along, and it's very interesting. She kind of looks indigenous, but she looks more so like Maori, like Hawaiian with the traditional tattoos, or maybe like in the Amazon or Peru or Panama. Anyways, so, and I love this white tiger right here. Okay. So again, I feel like it has to do with your family. It has to do with your bloodline. I feel like you're supposed to be the one to cut off this curse. I feel like it's not something that just popped up in this generation with you. Okay? I feel like it's been something, there was a huge trauma. I'm hearing that it's a trauma that's been passed down through the women in your bloodline. So, and it's like, no one has dealt with it, therefore it keeps getting bigger. Okay? And I'm hearing the kind of traumas that the women have been through. in your family, in your bloodline. And it's very, I mean, it's very big trauma. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like nobody has dealt with it, so therefore it keeps getting passed along. And so each woman almost subconsciously attracts more trauma to put on. It's like a ball, you know, a ball that's just attracting this negative energy, and it just keeps feeding and feeding and feeding and feeding. And it could have caused an actual, like, entity to be following you guys. And I know that sounds weird as fuck, but, you know, hear me out. Spirit world is crazy as fuck. But I feel like through raising your vibration, through healing this core emotional wound, through doing your shadow work, you're going to break this curse off of your bloodline, off of your life, off of your mother's life, and off of it being around anymore. Like, it will have to leave. It will have nothing to feed on anymore. And therefore, your children, your children's children, therefore, it won't be bothered by this thing. Okay? Jesus. That's deep. I feel like also, though, you have a particular spirit guide that watches over you and that protects you and that will be giving you the answers that you're seeking. If you haven't worked with spirit guides yet, you know, definitely just talk to your spirit guides like you would a friend, you know. Just be like, hey, spirit guide, you know, if you want to tell me your name, that's cool. And if you just get a name that pops in your head, just call that spirit guide that name from then on. Get familiar with them. Talk out loud. I mean, people might think you're crazy, but who cares? You know, talk to them like it's a friend around, or like how people talk to God. You know, they don't see God personally sit in their living room, but you talk to him, you know, or her, whatever. So create a bond with your spirit guide. But your spirit guide is protecting you and is helping you along the way. So know that you're not alone in this journey. All right, so last we're going to do what your angels have to say, what angel message is here for you. We have courage, Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Also, you can ask for Archangel Ariel's help, which is so cool because I feel like all these, like, it really ties together, the theme. Like, you have her, you have them. Can you see it? No, I'm sorry for the glare. And you have this little tiger hanging out, and then you have her, which almost looks Nordic. And then you have a pair of lions hanging out in the background, a female and a male. So also I'm hearing that with that, the female and the male in the background, your soul is going to become balanced. Okay, so you might have problems with your divine feminine. Like, you don't know how to really get in touch with your divine feminine. You really don't know how to let that inner... And divine feminine, it doesn't mean like, oh, you're soft, you're submissive, you're this, you're quiet. No. Divine feminine is fierce as fuck, right? It's just the counterpart to the divine masculine, and it holds different energy. And it, you know, everybody has both yin and yang, masculine and feminine within themselves, right? And so with all these things that are happening within your family, I feel like you might have cut off the divine feminine in your life. And Ariel wants to come in and help you heal that divine feminine and integrate it back into yourself, which again will help with your body, your physical issues, your physical symptoms. Because everything starts on the astral plane. Everything starts on the spiritual plane, diseases and sickness and all this. Like, heal that part, your body will follow. It's crazy. I'll be talking and teaching on this kind of stuff later. But again, like, I just really feel that you're doing such an important work for your bloodline, for your family, for your ancestors. And, you know, you could ask for the help of your ancestors also to do this work, or your past life, you know, people that you've been to help you aid in this work. Just have the courage just to keep going. And if people think you're crazy on this path, fuck them, because, you know, they don't pay your rent. It doesn't matter. All right. So, love and light to you. This is an amazing reading, and I hope to see you again. Hello, pile number 3. Y'all chose Jasper. All right. So, I'm going to... Oh, that was from the last reading. So, we're going to go ahead and put Jasper up here. Okay, so we're going to start out with this card, which is telling you about where you are spiritually right now, what's going on. All right, so we have the giveaway, but in reverse. So, with the giveaway being in reverse, I feel like you are closed off right now into receiving what Spirit's trying to get to you. Numbers 23, you know, the equals of 5. So usually I see it as change happening, but for this I'm seeing it as change needs to happen. Change needs to happen in order to balance yourself and to receive the blessings that Spirit's trying to give you. You could be a person that just has a really hard time accepting gifts from people, accepting love from people, or accepting like good things, you know? So let me get some more clarity on this. And I'm hearing also you're needing to let go. You need to let go. There are some things that are really stuck in your energy body that needs to be let go. I feel like you're praying for a lot of things. You're asking questions. You need answers, but it's the resistance you're holding within yourself that needs to be gone in order for these things to come in. And you need to open your heart in order to receive these things that are trying to come in. All right, so give me 3 cards to clarify the giveaway. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the 4 of Swords upright, and the Devil in reverse. Alright. So, 4, 4, and 5. So, again, I feel like this is going to be a shakeup to the foundations of who you are. With the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, I'm seeing that you don't really have a good firm grasp of yourself. There's a lot of times where you don't feel safe in life. You don't feel safe in relationships, or just not feeling safe in in who you are. That you hold on to things because you're so afraid for them to disappear. It could be from a root of abandonment issues. Could have been that, you know, as a child, you felt abandoned by either one or both parents, or that they let you down at a really big time in your life that you needed them the most. And that has caused in your life where you hold on to things even though if they're not good for you. Okay? So Spirit is wanting you to work on your root chakra, which deals with, you know, survival and security, but also your heart chakra, because your heart is so closed off because you're so scared to get hurt. You're so scared to get your heart broken. You're so scared to be left, abandoned, rejected, that you can't receive any of the good things that Spirit's trying to get to you. So Spirit wants to get you into a meditative place where, you know, it's going to be hard, I'm not going to lie, because these 3 of Swords, the 3 of Swords in the tarot deck, is a card about heartache, about sorrow, grief, okay? So, but it always reveals the truth, the Ace of Swords down there. So you're going to go through a time, and a time is needed for you to reflect on those things that have happened to you in your past. It would be good if you don't see, a counselor or a therapist to go through this process with them. But if you don't, you can do this by yourself. You just definitely read books on shadow work, but also healing the inner child, and toxic and codependent relationships, especially from parents and children. So you need to go through a time of processing this trauma and hurt that you've been through. Okay, and if sometimes it might feel like you really might die, but don't worry, you won't, because Spirit is doing this to get you to where you need to be. Because why? You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve joy. You deserve all the good things that are out there in life. You don't deserve to be scared and fearful and sad. And that's not life. And Spirit loves you so much. They want to let you know, we're here, we got you, but we got to do some work first. It can't do the work for you. So through this process of doing shadow work and healing those wounded parts of yourself, you're going to be letting go of a lot of toxic behaviors. You're going to be letting go of a lot of codependent relationships, and you're going to be letting go of a lot of patterns in your life that you have let people treat you less than you deserve, because you were so, I don't know how to say this. You were so desperate for love and validation, but you never saw yourself as that person. No one wants to see us as that person. I've always been a very strong personality in my life, but deep down I did so many things because I craved for somebody just to love me, because my mom never did, right? So I feel like through this process, you're going to be letting go of a lot of stuff. You're going to be, working through a lot of toxic behaviors and addictions, but it's going to be such a fucking relief once you do. You're going to come out better for it. I also am hearing that if you're looking for a relationship, like, this is the obstacle. Like, you need to get through this first, because what you've been attracting in your life is this. You've been attracting codependent, toxic relationships, because you're always going to attract a mirror reflection of yourself, right? So if you feel like you're not good enough deep down, you're going to only attract people that treat you like trash. But when you get to the point that you know who you are and that you deserve love and happiness, and you deserve all of those things, but you also love yourself so much you won't accept anything less than, it will transform, where now you will start attracting, like the Lover's card, you will start attracting that spiritual counterpart of yourself, okay? So this card will talk about what you need to focus on healing, or what is working for you spiritually right now. So, soulmate. Again, that's what we were just talking about, is that once you start working on yourself, processing this trauma, letting these things go, forgiving yourself, forgiving who've hurt you, really building that firm foundation of who you are as a soul first and foremost, and then as a person in this world secondly, the right person will come along, because you will be able to finally see who you are, and you will stop accepting people that are no good for you. Okay? So it's like, your soulmate is around, don't worry. But we got some shadow work. The moon for me is like shadow work. It's subconscious things you need to deal with first. Okay? And I feel like you will meet somebody that you feel like is your soulmate, somebody that's been with you in past lives. I'm also hearing, do not accept a counterfeit. A lot of times when we're doing all this work, it's like the like Christianity calls it the devil, whatever you want to call it. But there's always like a test that comes like, okay, you've been doing all this work. You say you love yourself. You say that you have firm boundaries now. All right, run it. Now we're going to send you somebody that is going to test those things. They're going to test, can you spot a red flag and move away from it? Or are you just going to accept it because it's right there in front of you and the person, looks good, sounds good, and they're right there? You know what I'm saying? So just be careful of who comes into your life after you're doing this work. You got to really pinpoint, like, it's like a card. Don't get the lemon, right? All right. So this is a message from your angels. And let's see what your angels has to say. Chakra clearing. All right. Archangel Metatron, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So, tight. If you don't know anything about chakras, there's so many videos out there talking about chakras, explaining what chakras are. Archangel Metatron is a really tight angel to work with. He's one of my favorites. But chakra clearing will definitely help you, like I said, in clearing and balancing your root chakra, first and foremost, and then going with your heart, and then balancing and clearing any of the other ones that need help, that need work. Some might be overactive, some might be underactive, right? So definitely talk to Archangel Metatron like he is a person, or, that people talk to deities like, they talk to God or Jesus, even though he's not standing right in front of them. They talk to him like he is. So just talk to him like you would a friend and ask him to come down and, do the work for you. Or assist, because obviously we got to do the work, right? But definitely assist. All right, beautiful reading. Just know Spirit's on your side. Spirit has heard your prayers. Spirit is trying to help. But, you got to do the work. You got to get in there and get messy. And it's going to be a ride. But you got this. All right? So I hope to see you again. Love and light.